What's up, guys? It's your boy Smylee here, giving you guys another deck profile. It's a more competitive version of Counter Fairies. This deck is pretty good against the current meta because all of the counter traps are freaking phenomenal in here. Once you have a board set up, it's over. The only thing I can say is that it struggles going second and catching up in terms of offense and defense is pretty lackluster. The key to this deck and how it pairs up against your opponent is knowing which cards to counter in your opponent's deck. With that, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that follow button. What the heck? Hit that bell notification so you guys know when I post videos. Thumbs up the video if you guys enjoyed it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Go ahead and comment on what you guys think of the deck and how it can be changed. Alright guys, let's get into the deck profile. Alright guys, on with the deck. Starting off with monsters, we're running triple Bountiful Artemis. Bountiful Artemis is the main reason for Counter Fairies. Once you get it out or multiple copies on the field with counter traps to back it, you begin to plus like crazy. It's absolutely nuts. This is the main reason for Counter Fairies. Next we have triple Guiding Ariadne. This card is great when you pendulum it to scale. The reason why it's so great is that you don't have to discard for counter traps and you don't have to pay for life points for the counter traps. Up next we have double Minerva Scholar of the Sky. This card is great. I mean, it acts as the beater of the deck. It's great with Ties of the Brethren and counter traps to set it. If you have this and Bountiful, you begin to plus like crazy off both of them. It's nuts. Next we have double Honest. Honest is able to run over your opponents when they try to attack into you or when you try to run over their monsters. You could also get the effect to add it back to your hand off Ties of the Brethren. I mean, the Counter Fairy deck, you have low attack monsters. I mean, roughly 1700, 1600 or whatever, but that forces your opponent to try to get rid of them, and it really works. Next, the one-ofs of the deck. We're only running one Air Knight Parshath. Only one because it's bricky. I mean, you have to run it because of Rebirth of Parshath. Self-explanatory. I mean, you can start getting your counter traps from your deck to your hand, which is the reason why we're running it. But it's only good as a one-off. I'm gonna test it out with two, but we'll see. Next, we got Power Angel Valkyria. It's great to get fairy monsters from your deck to your hand, but I mean, the only thing that sucks about it is that it's only a once per turn, so it's not as great as you think it would be. Next we have Meltiel, Sage of the Sky. It's great when you have Sanctum of Parshath on the field or Sanctuary in the Sky, because you can start blowing up cards while, you know, plussing off it. It's great with Ties of the Brethren. That's it for monsters. Up next we got, oh my god. Up next we got triple Ties of the Brethren. All the monsters in this deck are level 4 excluding the Parshath. It's amazing because you get to turbo out your deck. You get to have your field set up. I mean, going first is ideal for Counter Fairies, but alongside with trap cards, it's phenomenal. Next we have triple, the Sanctum of Parshath. It gives your fairies a little attack boost, 300 attack and defense, but I mean everything else will become beater inside it. But your opponent or you can't destroy, set, spell, or trap cards on the field by card effects. Once per turn, you get to add 3 fairies or 3 counter traps from your graveyard and reorganize them to the top of your deck. I mean, it's pretty much 3 copies of Sanctuary in the Sky, but better. Next, we have double Sanctuary of the Sky in the Sky. Only running it to get our secondary fairy effects, you know, like Meltiel or that's pretty much it. But it's another name. It's not bad. It's also good because we're running the Solemn Judgment of the deck, Divine Punishment, and it's awesome with it. Rounding that off with the field spells, 1 terraforming. Only running it because I haven't found my Zeradius. I haven't even looked for it, but it's fine. Next, we have double Pot of Demise. This card is a love-hate relationship. I don't know. I mean, you banish 10, you could banish all your, you know, I don't know. It's decent, but I mean, it's better. I don't have carded demises, but yeah, this gets it done. Rounding off the spells is 1 Dark Hole. And I'm gonna test this out with switching it out with Regeki or something else. It's good going second if your opponent has an overwhelming board and they don't have anything to protect it. That's it for the spells. Next we have the trap cards. Okay, we're running triple Divine Punishment. Divine Punishment is great since we're running technically 5 copies of Sanctuary in the Sky. It's pretty much the Solemn Judgment of the deck. Next we have triple Rebirth of Parshath. It's a decent counter trap. I mean, it tuners out your single Parshath. What sucks is that you have to discard 1 card and pay, reveal your counter trap, discard 1 card and pay 1,000 life points. I mean, it's pretty rough. That makes you have to have a counter trap in your hand. But it's great if you have Guiding Ariadne on the scale. You don't have to pay anything. Next we have triple Drastic Drop Off. I thought it wasn't going to be good, but man, was I wrong. It stops your opponent from drawing cards or adding it from their deck to their hand. Especially, it's great when your opponent's top decking. It's over. Once you have 2 or 3 out, it's over. Next we have double Ultimate Providence. Only 2 because I'm not running too much spells and monsters. The stuff that you want to negate, it's only, you know, it's not the best counter trap cards for fairies. Next we have 3 Solemn Strike. Solemn Strike negates your opponent's monster effects and special summons. It's awesome with Guiding Ariadne in scale. You don't have to pay anything. And to round it off is 1 Solemn Warning. It negates your it stops your opponent's summon, which is great, especially if they have like a big monster that they're gonna try to bring out, or their normal summon. If it's a normal summon heavy deck, you could stop that immediately. Okay, that's it for the main deck. This deck can be played with an extra deck, but I'm testing this without it, and it actually works pretty well. This is pretty much a budget-friendly build. The only thing expensive in here are the Solemn Strikes. I mean, they're about 8, 9 a piece or something like that. But I mean, you should always invest in strikes. You always, this is the, yeah, you need to. Alright guys, that's it for the deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead and comment down below on how we could probably make this better. without breaking the budget. And if you guys have an idea of an extra deck, let me know in the comments below. Alright guys, peace.